Okay, we now come to the last presentation for today. And our last group is going to be talking about the use of energy. Okay, when you're ready, you can begin.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Guys, welcome to our presentation. By the way, Tamami.
Hi.
Hello, Tamami.
Hello.
What's that?
Light.
Yes, light. And Ayumi.
Hi.
Hi. What does it use?
Electricity.
Yes, electricity. I'm here to talk to you about the use of energy in Japan. By the end, you will be a master of today's energy policies. Okay, let's begin. First, I will introduce the background of policies, and second, the main topics, development for Japan, examples like hydrogen energy or biofuels. And the end, let's think together the view of the future. I introduced the background. In order to think today's policies, we need to know the past. And this diagram shows ratio of the amount of power generated. Please look at the gray line. You can, not light blue, the blue.
Okay.
And it's nuclear power generation. From 1973, the line was growing steadily because of oil shock. And then, as you can see, the big change happened at 2011. Yes, you know 3.11, the greatest earthquake. After the tragic earthquake, fossil fuel dependence had risen sharply. To supply the energy that was supposed to be generated by nuclear power, Japan promoted thermal generation using coal and oil.
However, fossil fuels are limited, so this situation is dangerous. I would like to introduce the data plan for Japan. We will pay attention to new energy. New energy is characterized by its low environmental impact, and Japanese government is also working to promote and produce this energy. And in this presentation, we will focus on hydrogen energy. Hydrogen energy is the electricity generated when hydrogen and oxygen react. And we will show you some examples.
I will talk about examples of using hydrogen energy. First thing is home-use fuel system. This system is that hydrogen energy changed to electricity, and we can use it at home for light, boiling the water, and so on. This system is famous as Enefarm in Japan. As you can see this graph, the number of Enefarm units, the green line, light green line, is increasing gradually, and the price, the red line, becomes cheaper. However, it is still not major and not cheap system. The goal is this system is continuing to increase to 1.4 million units by 2020 and to 5.3 million units by 2030. To achieve this goal, to improve it in economy such as cost performance and to expand the market is needed.
Okay, let me tell you about another using sources, especially automobile. At first, I'll explain about current situation of transportation sector. These days, 96% of the transportation tools consume petroleum fuels. But in 2011, you will also know there were big disaster in Japan. So, in order to prepare for energy at emergency time like 2011, when nuclear power generation can work. According to this story, we think we need another method that don't depend on fossil power. And also, we think cars should run on sustainable energy. But now, in Japan, 3 types of car is general. A vehicle that runs on gasoline, a vehicle that runs on LP gas, and a vehicle that runs on natural gas. But these days, some vehicle makers began to produce amazing car which runs sustainable energy. Among them, I'll tell you about fuel cell vehicle as FCV. FCV is a car that runs on electric energy. This energy is generated by the chemical reaction of hydrogen and oxygen in a fuel cell. FCV have to change fuel as hydrogen power at hydrogen station like gas station. FCV has a merit and demerit. FCV merit first, FCV don't evacuate harmful gas, and second, FCV's energy efficiency is very high, and third, FCV can ride by many kinds of fuel and energy. At last, FCV is very quiet, but FCV have some improvement point. That is demerit. So, for this reason, we think we can transition gasoline vehicle to FCV, but we know the vehicle which run on sustainable energy. So we are looking forward to improving this station and improving function of the vehicle.
Okay. I'm just nervous. Now, let me summarize what we told you today. We told you the 3 kinds of things today. First, how Japan changed energy policy. Second, what kind of energy Japan began to put effort into. And third, how they were introduced to our lives. I will explain again one by one. For the first point, Japan stopped using the nuclear power because of the earthquake, just like the previous groups explained. That produced the most part of the electricity in Japan, so the damage for our country was quite huge. To solve this problem, Japan increased the thermal power generation. However, that was not good for the environment, and there was a limitation on the fuels. From those factors, Japan started to promote using alternative energy. And as for the second point, we focused on the energy, which was the hydrogen, as an example of the alternative energy. The hydrogen energy is the electricity generated when hydrogen and oxygen react, as we explained. This energy was renewable and eco-friendly because it only produces water and it can be created again and again. Then we explained about the cases which use the hydrogen energy. This was the third point. This introduced gradually to our lives as our house use fuel system and fuel cell vehicle, and so forth. this was what we wanted to learn today. And in the end, I would like to tell you the view of the future. We told you about the use of energy in Japan, but how about the world? The energy problem is not only the matter in Japan, but also that of the world. Japan was forced to change the energy which we used to rely on to alternative energy in terms of the safety because of the earthquake. And however, the energy resources such as fossil fuels and petroleum and natural gas, which many countries depend on today, are decreasing rapidly. So there is a worldwide necessity of introducing new types of energy. On that point, Japan is improving the use of alternative energy little by little. So Japan can be the stepping stones in the world of the. Japan can be the stepstone in the field of it. We hope the energy problem of the world will be solved after the example of Japan. And this is the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening.
Very good. Okay, so you covered some of the same points as the first energy group, but you gave more details on the fuel cell, and the summary and the conclusion was somewhat different. An interesting point that you say that Japan was forced to change. And in Japanese history, you can see different points in Japanese history where Japan was forced to change. For example, the Meiji period, when the black ships came and Japan was closed and it opened up. At the beginning, they didn't want to open up, but they were forced to. But they took that opportunity and they improved different parts of their lives by using foreign techniques, but putting it in a Japanese way. Then after World War II, okay, they had to make some more changes. But then they went through that period of rapid economic growth. Okay? They were kind of forced to change then as well, but they took that opportunity and they improved their economy. This is a big turning point, 2011. It's a very sad event. Many people lost their lives, many cities and towns were destroyed. But because of the nuclear power plant damage, Japan was forced to change its view on energy faster and without pressure from overseas. It was a internal, domestic pressure. But they're using this now, like you say, to maybe become the stepping stone in the field of alternative energy. So Japan is very quick to adapt. That's something you can be very proud of as a country, is that you turn a bad situation into something good. Okay, and so really interesting way to conclude and summarize your presentation. So thank you for doing it that way. Well done. Very good. Thank you.